So I'm back with another good one. Yes, I am. Back with another good one. This is going to be part two of NASA saying that the Earth is going dark, right? And there's a reason why the Earth is going dark, and it's been going dark since the creation, basically, of mankind, right? Since the creation of mankind. And mankind was created to keep justice and balance upon the earth. Basically, right? This was why we was created, to keep justice and balance upon the earth. Yes, it's an actual fact. We know it, and the ancient ancestors know it, and the Creator gave us all the ability to basically, but basically to protect the earth, right? And a portion of us have relinquished our position, right? We relinquish our ability and our power, right? And our faculties, our intellect, and our teachings that the Alpha Omega, the created everything that existed, the Almighty have gave us, right? And we're gonna talk about this. The false caretakers and the false vice journals and the false caliphs are taking care of the earth. But these individuals, the ones that's taking care of this earth, do not love the earth. And they are from the earth. They don't love the earth, right? And this is Canaan descendants. This is Canaan descendants, right? This is why the Creator says that you're going to become a lost one. And what he mean by that? He mean about that the choices, right, and the intellect and the things that led up of Canaan, of killing Abel, peace and blessings be upon him, was going to be his demise, and was going to demote him, right, to a lower level in life, where that nature and everything in existence was not going to like Canaan and like Canaan descendants for what Canaan did to Abel, because Canaan was learning from this entity. He was backdooring the Creator, backdooring his mother, backdooring his father, backdooring everybody to do what? To uphold and uplift and follow this entity, which was backdooring him in the end. He didn't know that he was being backdoored. He didn't know that he was being backdoored. He didn't know it. Canaan did not know it. All he was caring about is the riches and whatever was going on that this entity was showing him, right? He was showing him probably foreverness. He was showing him images. He was doing all these things, right? And Canaan was accepting this. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So when he was doing these acts, he was learning. But the entity did not tell him why he got kicked out from up being above, right? And why he got the base. And he was really the op. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you so much. Good morning. I'm glad that you are here with me. I appreciate it, right? So he didn't know that. We was created, the human being was created to take care of the earth, to keep justice and balance upon the earth, because there was things that came before mankind that was not keeping justice and balance upon this earth. They was destroying the earth. They was destroying nature. They were destroying everything. They were destroying themselves. You understand what I'm saying? Because they have free will. And this entity is part of that free will. This is an actual fact. This is an actual true fact. So his objective was to dethrone the Creator. That was his objective. That was his objective, was to dethrone the Creator. He couldn't dethrone the Creator. So he got mankind to buddy up, because he tried with Adam. He tried with Eve. Peace and blessings be upon him. He tried with Abel. Abel wasn't feeling him, right? So he got Canaan, because Canaan was weak. Canaan was weak. You understand? And he was teaching Canaan for a while. He was teaching him for a while. So when Canaan was going to kill Abel, Abel told him, if you put your hands against me, you are going to become a lost one. Even the Creator said that Canaan became a lost one. And how he became a lost one, his spirit, and his melanin got snatched from his body. These are actual facts. And I don't like to use these terminology, white people. I don't like to use it. But they are Canaan descendants. The white people are Canaan descendants. They have a soul, but they don't have a spirit. And being that they got the base, being that Canaan got the base, that means that his offspring and descendants got the base. See, the story that they told you was that Ham and all that other stuff got the base. This was all lies. This was all lies to delude you, to say that we was going to become slaves and all of these other things. Do you understand that? This is all lies to delude you so you don't understand the truth and get the real knowledge. This is the actual true facts. This is why it's really, really important on my platform is to share with you and to teach you from a spiritual realm the accurate knowledge, truth of what really happened. What really happened, right? Because, you know, a lot of people, they don't tell the truth. They don't tell the truth. It's because, you know, not saying they don't know the truth. And some people may not know the truth. They may not know it. They may not know it. But it is my job on my platform to come with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to tell you the truth. From a spiritual point of view, I've been here for a very, 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 very long time in this spiritual world, right? Have a spiritual sense and a spiritual insight. I come with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So when this happened, Canaan got the base. That is not our fault that Canaan started learning from this entity and befriended this entity. Right? For fame, fortune, and riches, like, share, subscribe, lights, camera, the action. The Creator already blessed Abel with these lands. Canada, America, Mexico, and South America. That got Peru in it, Venezuela, and all of these, you know, other cities that's inside of this continent, you know what I'm saying? Inside this land. There's different, you know, different people inside of this land, you know. Peru, Venezuela. These are able lands. These are able lands. This is the actual true fact. And I want you to know that and understand it from a spiritual point of view. From a spiritual point of view. But this is the center of able land right here, America, what we call America. And we are the descendants. We are actually the descendants. That's not African, that's not black, right? That didn't come from Africa over boats and all this other stuff. We always been here. We've been here in this land. These are the lands. We are the indigenous descendants of Abel, of the ancient ancestors. This is the actual true fact from a spiritual point of view. From a spiritual point of view, that you must understand this. I want you to understand this. The reason why this earth is going, and it's not just the earth, it's all of this universe civilization which supposed to be taking care of us, the melanated people. Canaan was melanated. He had melanin inside of him before he killed Abel, right? Before he killed Abel, right? He had melanin. This is an actual true fact. So the Creator created us to keep balance upon the earth, upon the universe, in between the earth, outside of the earth, the sun, moon, and stars, all of the animals. This was our job to take care of it and to care for them. You understand that? This is an actual fact, and Cain was part of it. But he couldn't see that because he was blinded by this entity. You cannot see the entity with your eyes. You cannot see him. He would never reveal himself. He would never reveal his original form to you. He would never reveal himself to you in his original form, who he exactly true are. He will come in the form of a human being and anything else to delude you. I'm telling you, this is the actual true fact. So he deceived Canaan and got his melanin snatched out and got his spirit snatched out of his body. And all of the melanin snatched out, he became white as snow, became white. And this is why the earth, right, when he did that, the earth got stained with coal. Because before that, it wasn't no coal. They talk about the ice age. The ice age started is because of what? It's because Cain killed Abel. And that showed a cold part of his heart, his mind and soul that was cold, that was corrupted by this entity. That will brought about the winter time and the cold and snow, because before that, there was no cold and snow. And before this, right, when he did this and debased Canaan and snatched his spirit out of his body and his melanin out of his body and said, be ye ate, dumb, deaf, and blind. You are become a lost one. When he said that there was never no apes. What was apes? What is apes? Apes did not exist. There was no apes. You understand what I'm saying? So the individual, a portion of Cain descended, followed his entity, a portion of them. We see it now today, right now in clear sight. We see a portion of Cain's descendants that uphold racism, that uphold murder, death, kill, that uphold trying to conquer the whole earth and claim the whole earth for yourself. Well, this will be your dwelling place. When it comes time to meet the actual creator, you will not be able to meet him. You will just go straight. And this entity been lying to you. A portion of Cain's descendant uphold this entity. And you know who I'm talking about. See, you can't trick me. You can't fool me. I've been in the spiritual realm for a very long time, and I know exactly what you're doing. Get in my description and go check out part 1. Part 1 was dope. If you missed part 1, right, and this is part 2, I want you to get in my description and go check that out. Really, really dope. Like, share, and get the information out, because these topics are not talked about amongst us. It's not talked about. What's being talked about is all of this other stuff. The Supreme Team, Bimmy, 50 Cent, Cam, Mace, all of these other things is diluting us. It's only for entertainment, but after entertainment, they got to keep procreating. See what I'm saying? It got to keep you dumb, deaf, and blind and keep procreating, where there's more serious things that we need to worry about. You shouldn't be worrying about what's going on. You should be worrying about how you're going to feed your loved ones and family, and how you're not going to commit crime to get locked up, because this is trickery right now. Do not fall in it. After this, right, at I think 11 o'clock, I'm about to go live to talk about the PPE loans, to talk about the stimulus checks, and talk about the unemployment loans. I want you to go check that. I hit the notification bell. That's going to be dope. It's going to be dope, beloved. I want you to go check this out. So to get back to this topic right here, right? I want to read a little bit of scriptures, right? I want to read a little bit of scriptures, right? Right now, hold on 1 second. Right? A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. The Creator says in chapter 45, verse 22, right? And you can read from chapter 45 to verse 22 to all the way to 29. You can read this. But I'm just going to just base it on chapter 22. Chapter 45, verse 22 to 29. You can read this. You can read it. But I'm only going to use verse 22 to get my point across to you, okay? No disrespect. And this is the scriptures, the Holy Quran, okay? This is the Quran. This is the Yusuf Ali version. I love this version, okay? So it's chapter 45, verse 22, right, to 29. You can read that. Verse 22 to 29, you can read that. But I'm just going to use 22, verse 22, okay? And I'm going to read it in Arabic, and then I'm going to read it in English, okay? And then I'm going to expound on it because it adds in to my topic of the earth is going black and is going dead. And it's been going that way. He says, وَخَلَقَ لَهُ سَمَوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ بِالْحَقِّ وَلِتُجْزَى كُلُّ نَفْسٍ بِمَا كَسَبَتْ وَهُوَ لَا يُظْلَمُونَ. Right? He says, the Almighty created the heavens and the earth for just end, and in order that each soul, nafs, may find the recompense of what it has earned, and none will be wrong. Now, what is he talking about? He's talking about nafs, the soul. He's talking about the soul, right? He's talking about the soul that has free will. Because the birds, the bees, the trees, the water, the air, the oxygen, all that have a soul, but it doesn't have free will, right? We have a soul and we have a spirit. We have a soul and we have a spirit. We have a soul and we have a spirit, right? Right? But our spirit, right? Our spirit is the Alpha Omega, and the Alpha Omega it, but with limitation. He duplicated himself and created that and breathed in mankind, our spirit. Our soul, right? Our soul is of the Hun Fire Hun, be and it is, and it has free will, right? And this entity has a soul and it has free will, right? And we have free will to do as we please, right? To believe or disbelieve, to do good or to do bad. But the entity in everything in existence, right, doesn't have a spirit. The human being has a spirit, right? Canaan had a spirit before he murdered his brother Abel and it got snatched out. So now only thing he has is a soul. His soul has free will. Everything in existence, right, has a soul. But not all their soul has free will, like birds and bees and trees and animals, right? They activation of free will has not been activated. The only one that has been activated, right, is us and this entity. That's it. Everything else is not going to be judged. We will be judged. The entity and us will be judged because of the decisions that we have. Because our soul has free will. Your spirit is the Alpha Omega, and the Alpha Omega is it, but with limitations. Do you understand that? He is the creator. We procreate, he create. Just like we can imagine a dog, we can imagine books, but we cannot just bring it just out of existence just like that. Right? We need materials and other things and bring it into existence. With the creator, he just create out of nothing. That's Hun Fire Hun. The human beings is not of Hun Fire Hun. He actually created us, took time and created us. Right? So, we are from the earth is us, and we are the earth and the earth is us. Right? And the earth what has limitations. Right? It has a beginning and end. It's not foreverness. Are we part of the foreverness? Yes, our spirit. Because when he took a piece of his glory and his energy, He is part of he is forever. There's no beginning, there's no end. And that peace is part of his existence. That's the only thing in creation that he ever gave with the peace of his existence was us, the human beings. And thank you so much, thank you so much, thank you so much, Alpha Omega. So he created us to keep justice and balance upon the earth. And this is why he says the Almighty created the heavens and the earth for just end. See, it has a beginning and an end. In order that each soul, nafs, that has the ability of free will of doing what's right and wrong. We have a soul and we have a spirit. We have a soul and we have a spirit. The entity doesn't have a spirit. It has a soul with free will. Cain and descendant don't have a spirit, has a soul, and they have free will. Now, their spirit got snatched out of their body is because Canaan killed Abel, and they became a lost one. Do you understand that? This is an actually true fact. Actually true fact. And I want you to understand that, coming from a spiritual point of view, right? So we understand that the earth has a just end. And in order to keep things at a proper perspective, we got to put justice or balance upon the earth. This is actual true facts. I don't want to make this a drawn out thing, right? Because I don't want to. So, but the footnotes to that, to this verse 22, chapter 45, verse 22, it says, the government of the world is so ordered that each soul gives every chance for its full development, and it reaps the fruits of all its activities. Do you understand that? Every soul, everything in existence, right? If the Creator programmed you to do your just due upon existence, meaning you give water, you bring life, right? Trees, carbon dioxide, you bring shade, and you give off things that the human being can live. Cows give off milk and a lot of other benefits, everything. You will get your just and your just due. They don't have free will. But those, he's talking about the soul, the nafs, right? But he's talking about the nafs right here that has what? Free will to pick and choose to do evil or not evil right here. This is why he said each soul may find the recompense for what it has earned. Whatever you earn, right? The plants earn the sun. They give off certain things, and then they earn the benefits of the sun so they can grow. Do you understand that? Each one teach one. That's how we feed off each other on this earth. Not just one person or particular group that's taking control of the earth, because that's not justice or balance. And what's going to happen is that if that's not justice or balance, the earth and everything in the universe is going to be thrown off its axle. It's going to be thrown off because this existence was built upon what? So caliphs and caretakers of it could keep justice and balance based on what the Creator said to do. Do you understand that? So we will not be going into judgment mode. We are in judgment mode. It's because what our hands has brought forth. It is written already. Even though that he wrote it up and he still have a judgment day and gave us free will to believe or not, you can still be like, you know what? I'm going to do good. I'm not going to do evil. So when you do see him, you're going to be on good terms and good behavior. And then you can elevate. Well, this entity do not want you to do that. Reach your full potential. Canaan descendants and Abel descendants, even though that you got your spirit snatched out of your body, Canaan descendants, and it wasn't your fault. I understand that. If you want to be mad at anybody, you should be mad at the entity that tricked Canaan into killing Abel. You shouldn't be mad at Abel descendants, which was given everything in existence to take her. And you had everything, but you chose this entity. So If you want to be mad at anybody, not able descendants, you want to be mad at this entity, a portion of you that you following and saying that he's going to get you to the next life and he has not get you up there. You are forbidden in every type of way of going up there. You are forbidden. And the things that you are doing to get help from this entity, the creator's not allowing you to do it. So you are bound here because you are choosing this life and listen to this entity. But you can stop it because you got the free will to do it. But you so far gone, you don't want to do it. You can do it. You can do it. It's up to you. So this is certain things that I want to talk to you about. And this is an actual true fact. You know, this is not to get nobody upset. This is the speaking of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, which we need spiritually, and don't need entertainment. We don't need entertainment at this time. Entertainment's for later on. You know, entertainment's for later on. We don't need entertainment right now. We need knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a spiritual point of view to find out what can we do as human beings. This is really, really important. Okay? So, yes, the earth is going dark because you got forced caretakers taking care of it. And they not using justice and balance. Right? They using their own lower desires of fame, fortune, and riches, light shares subscribe, lights, cameras, and actions. So this is what the Creator says, right? In chapter 45, verse 23, this is what he says. I'm going to read it in English. He says, then see thou such a one as take as his Lord, his own vain desire. The Almighty has not knowing him as such, left him astray and sealed his hearing in his heart and understanding, and put a covering on his sight. Who then will guide them after the Almighty has withdrawn guidance? Will ye not then receive admonish? That's deep. Who will guide these individuals? This entity is done, right? And a portion of Cain's descendants is done. You cannot guide them. There's a seal upon them from what? From them killing Abel. They killed Abel, the one that was going to get us back up beyond the zones of the heavens, beyond the earth. He was just close. And this entity could not have that because he got kicked out. He didn't want nobody up there. He didn't want nobody to control and to do what, to keep justice and balance upon the earth. He wanted chaos and confusion because the Creator debased him. So he mislead and misguide us as human beings. But there's some of us that's going to stand up, stand on business, stand on integrity, stand on loyalty, stand on honor, and stand on worshiping the Alpha, Omega, the Creator, and everything in existence. That's right. That's right. So I'm going to read this in Arabic, right? I just read it in English. He says, Farah te, yeah, Aita ma ni nakhada li la hu huwa hu wa adallahu lahu ala ilm wa khatama ala sha'in wa bih wa ja'al la Allah basa gisawat fama hedi he min ba'dillah Afala Tada Karun. Then seeth though such a one as take his own self, take his creator, his own vain desire, take his own desires, take his own self, right? Your own guidance, your own thoughts, your nafs, right? Your free will as your creator, as the one that's guiding you, right? You're doing that, right? Right? The Almighty has knowing him. He knows him. He knows the mark of these individuals that do this. Him as such. He left him astray. He leave them astray and seal his hearing in his heart, his understanding, and put a cover on his sight. The sight that he's talking about your nafs and your spirit. You are doing things based on this beginning and end of this world. And when you do things, it's letting you know that this is your everlasting, which is diluting you with this entity. But it's only a beginning and end. And you don't want that. You want to rise up from that, which is really, really important, right? To take care of the earth. This is why it's really, really important to take care of the earth. And this is why the earth is going dark, because it got false caretakers and false caliph, right? False caliphs there to take care of her, to love her, to cherish her, right? And everything that's on her, inside of her, for justice and balance. And been killing Abel descendants since the killing of Abel. Peace and blessings be upon him. It's the actual true facts. And I need for you to understand that. I need for you to understand it because it's really, really important. So this is why the earth is going dead. Because there's really nobody there to take care of her. There's a lot of chaos, a lot of confusion. Nobody's not doing justice or balance. Everybody doing things for fame, fortune, and riches. Like, shares, describe, likes, cameras, and actions. People's minds are sealed. They understanding are sealed. They hearing is sealed. And their sight is sealed. And this is all spiritually. And they cannot understand it. This is why they're fighting physically. For a beginning and end. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. So this is the truth. Right? And this is what I want you to understand. Coming from a spiritual point of view. Coming from an understanding. From knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Right? And I am the interpreter. I am the interpreter. Brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, all around the world, I'm the interpreter. I've been here for a very, very long time dealing with spirituality. And I want to thank the Creator so much for blessing me with the knowledge and understanding and the wisdom that He gave me, plus with experience, so I can share this amongst all of us and basically try to lead us to the next life, to the next existence, beyond this physical plane which has a beginning and end. So I need for us to tap in to who we are, the actual true facts. Please like, share, subscribe to one of the dopest channels out right now on YouTube. I really, really appreciate it. Keep your eyes open and your heads on a swivel. It's murder, death, kill going on here. Not just physically, but mentally and spiritually, murder, death, kill. Live the life, ain't no thing. I'm married to the game and the game is married to me. It crocus up with your lower desire of fame, fortune, and riches. Like, share, subscribe, lights, cameras, and action. Not gonna tell you that I'm gonna backdoor you. Sick, demonic, devil, demon way of life. That's right. That's plaguing our communities, our mind, bodies, and souls. I'm coming with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding and experience from a spiritual eye. This is all big facts. That's right. Peace, 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 peace.